A newly filmed intro to showcase the Suqqu Spring Color Collection for 2024, scheduled to release on Selfridges January 25th and on February 8th, Harrods, Liberty London, and Cult Beauty. By the time this video uploads, I don't think those links will be live, but I will at least have the retail links available to use. So at the time of purchase, so when the collection goes live, maybe you've already clicked on the link, it's still on the open tab window, and thank you in advance for using it because it is affiliated. I appreciate you. I wanted to refilm this intro because yesterday when I filmed with the collection, the lighting was terrible. I insisted on filming because I didn't know what my day will look like today, how the lighting will turn out, and it is absolutely perfect. So I met myself in the middle. Since I already did the first draft edit for that video, I'll keep the main talking point, but I'll insert new footage of the B-roll of applying the products. I wanted you to see the blush and eyeshadow shades in this lighting, but I'll also throw in what I did in the subpar lighting just so you can make a comparison. So there will be a lot of B-roll while I'm yapping about the collection. If you're wondering why it looks so different, it's because the lighting is significantly different from yesterday to today. This is my ideal setting. Yesterday, because it was so dark outside and I had to rely on my glam core, it was very warm. This is more my preference because it sits more neutral and I think it shows true to color of what the products actually appear in real life. Wanted to put that out there because the main talking footage is going to look a lot more yellow than how I look now, as well as the footage that I filmed yesterday. But no fear, we're going to make it happen. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you down in the comments. Hi friends, today we are taking a look at the new Suqqu Spring Color Collection for 2024. First and foremost, a huge thank you to the Suqqu team for sending me select items from this collection for PR. And yes, I do have one of the products on. That being, this perhaps was one of my most favorite releases, not in terms of the collection, but one of the products, being a new one, had me gasping for air. The Moisture Glaze Lipstick. When I saw this for the first time on Instagram and the color selection, I was just floored. And I'm not a lipstick person. I don't often review lipsticks on my channel, and I hold back in how many I purchase just because of the type of product it is. It does break down and go bad faster just because of the number of oils in there. But the Moisture Glaze Lipstick, fam. But this, a brand new lipstick, is joining the core collection this year that glazes, quote unquote, the lips with a rich glossy color, creating a plump and fuller lip that has a blurring effect on vertical lines. When they say plumping, there are no tingling ingredients in this formula. It is just the glaze itself. The nature of the product, as shiny as it is, does deliver that plumping effect. There's no strange taste, there's no smell. It's beautifully comfortable to wear, and my goodness, the color. I asked for color 06, HANAOBORO, a smoky gray tone mauve. You knew I was gonna go for the smoky mauve because out of the 10 shades, I thought this was the most unique, and especially from what I already have in my collection, will be a unique shade for my collection. But the rest of the shades, fam, I'm in trouble. I have my eye on 01, the warm and elegant cinnamon beige, the dark brown, the terracotta brown, even the purple and the mute. I want them all. I want them all. And I'm going on and on about this product because that was the first thing I applied when I opened the box. I was highly anticipated the Moisture Glaze. Again, based on what I've seen from photos and videos, I could not wait to try. And this is what it leaves behind. It is a gorgeous formula that's creamy, but it has a tint to it. It says here that the rich balm texture gradually melts. Oil-rich formula softly fades whilst leaving behind protective properties of a balm. Rich glowing color that applies evenly. Yes, nature-derived spherical powder particles allow the formula to gently melt for easier application and a longer lasting finish. Softly opaque finish ranging from bright to deep. Each shade is designed to give an exquisite translucent finish and wash of color. Yes, formulated with highly nourishing squalene and sodium hyaluronate for long-lasting hydration, and the package is refillable. You probably saw that in the B-roll, but I'll insert it here just in case if I forgot that you will have to purchase a separate holder and the refill. The refill goes for 30 pounds. My apology for not converting it to USD. I'll make sure to have those prices down below in the timestamps next to the product name, and the case is 6 pounds. You technically could just use the refill insert, right? It does come with its own cap. It will be covered, but if you actually want the entire case and for it to look like a lipstick, you will have to buy that separately. So just keep that in mind. Going forward, however, you won't have a bunch of these. You would just purchase the refill, which is cool, right? You could just store them and change them in and out as you like. But 06, I could not contain myself. When I applied this for the first time, it is exquisite. And I'm still in first impressions phase, okay? The package arrived today. I just applied this today. But let me tell you, I like this even better, even more than the wrapping lip treatment. And I love that product. I love that product. I adore it. It's shiny, it's conditioning, it's soft, it's glassy. But there is something about, one, the color. Okay, and how it applies. It's a lipstick bullet, but it's giving you balm. It's giving you a little more than a tint. This is a little more than a tint. The color is gorgeous, and for what the formula is, I think its ability to deliver this much color, but it still appear to be like a wash and just melt with your lip, and it's creamy, and the shine left. This is an outstanding product. Suqqu has done it again. When it comes to the lipsticks, okay, even the matte lipsticks that released, I think, 1 or 2 years ago, that is just an outrageously good formula. It's matte, but it's still smooth in terms of how it applies. It feels silky, and the color selection for that formula as well, remarkable. The Moisture Glaze, I highly recommend this lipstick. I know I just put it on. I even wore it during my Orange Theory class, and yes, it's not going to be as long lasting because remember, I think they're comparing longevity to balm products, and typically balm tints and such products are going to sit lower on the longevity spectrum anyway, comparatively. So this does last a little longer than your balm because it just has more body to it to begin with. In addition to delivering that color and that shine, as it wears, your lips will still feel soft. In terms of how it compares to the wrapping lip treatment, the wrapping lip treatment is going to have a little more shine, but I just adore this shade. This is just, look at me, look at me, look at me. Is that how the lyrics go? I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm not going in order here, forgive me, but the timestamps will be down below. You can skip over to whatever section you like. I'm hopping over to the blush because these two shades are limited edition, 26 pounds, inspired by the floating cherry blossom petals and budding flowers. Now, I requested 146 HANABIRAUKABE Floral, Pink, and Misty Blue. And I'm sure you're wondering, why did you pick that one? I know, because 147 is HANAOBORO, the Soil Orange and Pale Purple. I was intrigued by the blue, fam. I wanted to find out, I wanted to discover how it would apply as a highlight, because when it comes to the pastel shades like the Misty Blues and the Pale Lavenders, those shades will have more of an opalescent finish for the highlight. It's not going to deliver the same effect like a champagne gold pearlized finish. I'm thinking Pat McGrath, the Divine Highlighter formula or something like that. It's a little different, right? It's going to have more of that ethereal glow. And in fact, I had applied this before my Orange Theory class, had it on during. How do I look? I think I still look okay. The base is the Suqqu Foundation in 040, and I probably have already inserted the clip from my YouTube short. If you just want to see these products come on and you don't want to hear me yapping about them, you could just watch the short and see them in action. This blush shade, dude, I was not expecting the pink to deliver. A yellow toned pink. That is exactly what this pink is. And I was wary because I don't usually go for pink. I don't usually go for pink. Sometimes the pinks from Suqqu lean cool. They lean cool and they're not color rich enough to show up on these cheeks, but my goodness, the Pure Color blush formula from Suqqu is one of my all-time favorites. It's a soft powder, silky in feel. Although a powder, the way it applies on the skin, virtually undetectable, and how it blends effortlessly. And I was wary because sometimes these limited edition Pure Color blush colors are a little hard pan, as I've have experience with previously released collections, but this powder is quite soft, and I was pleased to discover how successful my squirrel brush was with this powder texture. I went in with my Suqqu powder blush, as you saw on the clip. My goodness, it is outstanding, and how it just builds on itself and the flush it leaves behind. This color is like a pink tangerine. This is exactly what it is. It is giving spring, flushed, fresh, and ready. And I could pull this all the way up under the lash line. This is the type of color you could put everywhere. You could put everywhere from the middle to the top. Unlike what we've seen from Natasha's Berry Cheek Trio, that cranberry shade is giving a lot, okay? I would probably apply that a little higher, as you saw in that video, but for this shade, spring. Look, they match the earrings. I wore these on purpose. I thought I would bring you in a little closer. I'll pick up a stiffer brush. This is my Eyeshadow from the Cherry series. Is Suqqu Goat. See how that leaves behind more of like a glow. You won't detect the blue 100%. You're not gonna detect this misty blue on the cheeks. But what I also wanted to do is use Suqqu's multi-glow stick, which is a balm, and perhaps this would lend more adherence to the misty blue shade if you wanted a little more glow from that powder, right? I applied it there on the cheekbones. I'll go in with the same blush, which, by the way, the misty blue portion of the pan does have pearl in there. You can definitely see it sparkle. It's like ice. Let's tap that on where I applied the multi-glow stick. And there you go. That's the effect it would give. And that's what I was expecting. I rather enjoy these softer pastel shades to be applied as highlight. I think it's something different. It's a nice escape from your typical champagne gold finishes that are more pearlized, right? This is more so actually highlighting the area from the color itself because of how light it is. And the way it pairs with this pink is just outstanding. I absolutely adore it. It's the perfect spring color because you know how much I love 145 from their winter collection last year. That is like my rose terracotta dream color. But for me to now have like a more orange pink, or they call it a yellow tone pink, this is like grapefruit. This is just perfect. So we could keep it at this, but no, we got to go into the signature eye quads. I wanted to quickly mention a part of this collection included were the Suqqu liquid luster eyes, and those retail for £26. Unfortunately, I was late in replying to Aya's email and they had run out of samples to give. So she threw in 2 signature color quads, which I'm excited about. I wanted to briefly touch on the luster eyes in case you were interested in picking those up. One is permanent and 2 are limited edition. Unfortunately, I do not know which ones those are. I could only assume that the permanent color would be the pink copper one, and the limited shades would be the Nuance Viola in 103 and the Sage Gold in 104, 06 being the permanent. Based off the numbers alone, usually the limited numbers are triple digit, and the 103, 104, Viola, and Sage Gold, those are probably your limited shades from this collection. The luster eyes are nice. Lightweight liquid shadow is not liquid shadow in the Lisa Eldridge Lurix eyes or the Pat McGrath Liquid Fetish eyes. Those pack a punch. These are more watercolor washes of color on the lids. It can be worn alone, so it's more lightweight in that way, subtle on the eyes, and you could pair them with the quads if you like. I do like them. I haven't figured out a way to apply them in a fashion that I I like for my eyes, because if I apply it with my fingers, I feel that takes away too much product. If I don't choose the correct brush, that also takes away product. So I still have to figure it out. I do have the Luster Eyes from last year. I have 2 shades from that lineup. Do I want to get the viola one though? The violet one looks pretty. It looks pretty, and with the lipstick, the smoky mauve, I'm probably gonna have to get it. Okay, moving on to the last part of this collection, the signature color quad, and that retails for 50 pounds, so that sits around like $65 USD. Both are limited edition, I know. 134 SAKURAUTSUSHI, the Shine, Sherry, and Classic Mauve. These are a little lighter because they're taupier, but you'll see in the demo. And 135 HINATAORI, the Shine Gold and Grayish Mocha. Now you see the shades are on the lighter side, so I think these will be limited in terms of how many skin tones they can serve. If you have other Suqqu palettes, because they have released a bunch in your collection that have a deeper brown, you might want to stick with those, or go in with a pencil first to build a smokier base and then apply the shadows from the signature quads. But I wanted to show you them in action anyway, and again, if you wanted just to see a quick tutorial, you could head over to my YouTube short. I am applying concealer because I need something, or rather a girthier base for primer, so you can see the colors better on the lids. 134 is up next. Here we go. This Mauve collection. Now, okay, since I already used this for the short, I can tell you right now, this color right here, it's like a nice, soft, shady color, but again, is quite light. Where is my brush? Here we go. This is one of Suqqu's eyeshadow brushes that are discontinued because they are now using synthetic fibers with their brushes, and this is Gray Squirrel, but one of my most favorite Gray Squirrel, because look how fluffy it is, but it's flat on both sides, and you have a nice tip there, which makes it easy to apply shadow through your crease. So this is the shade that it's giving, and you can see it's quite soft and cool tone. And what I like to do is follow up with the medium smoky, or rather the medium mauve brown. Okay, it won't have depth of color like other dark browns that exist in the Suqqu quad portfolio. I have other quads with darker brown, but I understand this is springtime, and the inspiration behind spring, uplifting bliss of spring, rich colors of a new season infused with vitality and all that stuff. The star of the show, the Moisture Glaze, 100%. Carrying that mauve brown under the lash line. Now following up with this shiny shade. This shade right here. It picks up beautifully well with the brush. Even though it's shiny, it's on the slightly drier side, but it has just beautiful adhesion to the skin. And you could tap it around. You could overlap it with the brown that you applied prior. Now this texture is a little different. It's tighter in the pan. It's one of those marbleized types of shadows, and I like to use this for my highlight, but you could also tap some across that shimmer metallic, right? Because that's going to give it extra shine and pop. I like to place a little bit here on the lower inner corner, and let me drag this mauve through the entirety of my lower lash line. Now the team was nice enough to throw in one of their liners, the Suqqu Gel Liner Pencil in 01, and I think I'm going to use this for a little bit of definition here, or more intensity along the lash line. Now you could go in with the brown, because I understand how that would be a suitable pairing with what's going on in the quad, but this is just for testing purposes, you know what I mean? Let's smudgy smudge. I'm gonna smudge that along the lash line so it looks more sketched out and overall softer in application. Just from how this pencil feels will be exceptional for the waterline, because it's sticky, so it's going to have nice adherence and longevity on that part of your eye, especially if you like to wear liner on your waterline and you don't want it to run or fade. Ooh, this is a good one. All right, we got a little liner there on that side. Let's go in with quad number 2 with this beautiful sage green. Now this color is more like a taupey olive, and it does show up a little bit more than that taupier brown from the first quad. And you can see the shading that provides, albeit not a ton. But if you're around my skin tone and you were wondering how this would apply, then there you go. It does have more of like a taupey khaki feel to it. I think it corresponds well to the sage matte in here, which is very light, by the way. So I would use this for inner corner highlight just for that extra pop. I will, however, apply this beautiful copper. This is just, the shine on this is crazy. It's the same formula as the mauve I applied on the majority of my lid for the first eye. Just tappity tap around. Look how gorgeous that is. My goodness me. The pearl. I'm telling you, the pearl. And then I'll take this sage and tap that onto my inner corner, which has like a lightness to it. And then it's going to provide a little bit of color with the highlight, you know. And I could overlap this over the sage green. There we go. That's going to bring in a little more brightness and sparkle, and you will have to wiggle back and forth to pick up enough product. And the versatility in this product is that you can layer it over other shades like I've done here, over the copper. That gives a little more shine and dimension, and you can build as you like. I'm going back in with that first matte and just tapping some on the outer lid there. And for this, I will use that shader brush, as I want to pull this shade lower here, or rather across the lash line, for a bit more shading, because I do like that haze effect. You know what I mean? And I'm just applying more of the shimmer on this side. Yes, there we go. We gotta get the shimmer shimmering. Okay, shadow is on, lipstick is on, blush is on. Let's apply some lashes and I'll be right back. And here are the final looks using the Suqqu Spring Color Collection, or a partial part of the collection. The star of the show, 100%, has to be the Moisture Glaze. And I would love to buy more shades. The refills are expensive. 30 pounds was like around 35 maybe USD. I do have 2 colors in mind. I'm teetering between getting more like a pink leaning color, because again, I don't do pinks often, but when there are in this glaze type of a balm situation, they appear better on me 100%. So you got the fresh pink, but I gotta get the cinnamon beige is calling my name. Oh, so many beautiful colors. I am elated with 06. This shade is one of the most unique that I have in my collection. It sits up there with Lisa Eldridge's Sorcery, and also the Sorcery lip balm. If you're wondering, here's Suqq's 06, okay? And Lisa's Sorcery in her Gloss Embrace. They are similar, but you see there's a little more warmth from Sorcery, and this is like a true mauve, like a mauve that doesn't look gray. And I know in the description it says smoky gray mauve. I get that. However, how it applies and the fact that it is pairing well with the yellow tone pink, figure that one out. I am over the moon happy with the Moisture Glaze. I immediately knew when I saw this product in action on Instagram that it will soon find itself to be one of my all-time favorite lipstick products ever. I gotta apply some more. My goodness. And the fact that it's a glaze, you don't have to stay strict to the lines, right? If it was a vibrant rich lipstick, another product from Suqqu that has more color, then you have to be a little neater about it. But this you could just slap on. You didn't even need a mirror. You don't even need a mirror. Is what I'm trying to say. You don't need a mirror. You can just feel it out with the bullet because it's round, not too large, not too small. Look at this color. Just get out of here. The blush The blush, I was surprised because I do have lighter shades in the Pure Color blush formula from Suqqu that don't show up particularly well on me, even if I try to build it up. But this shows up. I'm very happy to say. And the Misty Blue, I like it. I like this type of a highlight gig. The fact that it looks a little more ethereal in finish, that is not just, again, typical champagne gold highlight, and how it melts with the actual blush shade. Beautiful. The quads I do love. I love Suqqu quads. The eyeshadow formula is outstanding. These colors are limited in terms of how many skin tones they can serve. If you're around my skin tone, this is what it will give you. And they're classic looks, even with the green. The green is hard to see because it's so light and soft, but the khaki taupe shade gives nice structure through my crease. Even the shades from the first quad, the Mauve quad, has nice smoke to it in terms of it being like a softer smoke, not intense like New Year's Eve smoke. But those shimmery metallics, these glimmer shades are beautiful. The way they pick up easily with the brush or with the finger, and how they apply on the lids is effortless. And you could apply as much as you like. You could overlap them with that tighter glimmer shade like the marble shade versus the softer powder glimmer shade. You could layer them as you like, as I did here. Well, I did it on this side. I could do it on the first eye. Let me see here. Nope, that's not the one. If I take this guy and just lightly tap over the center, that's the effect it will have. And you have to let these shadows sit. You gotta let them melt, you know, you gotta let them melt with the lid. This is what you'll get. It is beautiful. The texture is soft and forgivable across several lid textures. If you want that glimmer and you want that reflectivity, but you can't take the heavier formulas that are out there, the Suqqu shadows would deliver that effect without the heaviness, just without they're soft, especially the mattes. They're easy to blend. They're just like, pff. But if there's anything I highly recommend that you pick up from this collection with certainty, despite the fact that I just applied this lipstick on today, the Moisture Glaze. I don't know how many times I want to say it. Listen, I want to pick up 2 or 3 more shades. I'm trying to cap it at that. I might hold off on the other blush because I enjoy how this yellow tone pink looks on the skin. And even though the lavender looks more lavender in photos than the Misty Blue, I don't think there'll be a distinction between the two. Like if I apply lavender on this side and Misty Blue on this side, I don't think I'll be able to tell, to be frank. So that's why I'm holding off on that blush compact. I know, even though it's limited edition, I know I want to save money for the Moisture Glaze refills and maybe get 1 or 2 of the luster eyes. If I get the luster eyes, I'm thinking about the violet one because I think that will be beautiful by itself as like a smokier, when I say smoky, the color itself will deliver more of that haze effect. I'm going for the haze effect because it's springtime and blah, blah, blah. So I want more of that mood to be placed on the eyes, and I think the violet shade out of the 3 would deliver that most successfully. That's what I'm predicting. Let me know, friends, what shades you have your eyes on for the Moisture Glaze. Now, this is a permanent product. Again, it's a permanent product. I don't want you to feel like you gotta, you know, set 10 alarms on the 25th, and if they run out of shades, they will mostly restock. Let me know which ones you got your eye on. Okay, if you have your eye on other pieces on this collection, I would love to know down below. A huge thank you to Suqqu again for sending me this gift. I will see you down in those comments, and until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I will see you on here again with another review tutorial, Suqqu extravaganza, or video showing the Moisture Glaze refills that I bought, because I will be getting more. Take care, and I will see you again soon.